How's it going, everyone? Roseman here with another video for you today. Today I'm going to be going over my deck list for the red-black Koby leader from OP11. So to start it off, you have Koby, who has a static effect of your sword-type characters can attack characters the turn they are played, very similar to the Dressrosa stage in Usopp or VV. Then, once per turn, when one of your Navy type characters with an original power of 7,000 or less is removed from play by your opponent's effects, instead, you may place 3 cards from your trash to the bottom of your deck in any order. So you've got some removal protection built into your leader as long as you've got some cards in trash. So don't be afraid of using some of your searchers to put stuff in trash and using your counters. You'll be able to cycle into your deck pretty solid with this. Next up, we have OP11 Peacock, or on the English print, it's Kujaku. On play, this character looks at 5 cards from the top of your deck. You reveal up to 1 Navy type card other than Kujaku and add it to your hand. Then you'll place the rest at the bottom of the deck in any order. It also has an activate main where you may trash this character and give up to 1 of your characters plus 1k power during this turn. So that's really good if you are, short on some Dawn or you just want to make sure it's off board to clear up a spot for something else to be played out. Better to use its activate main to give that extra 1,000 than it would be to just replace it with something else. Next, you have Prince Groose from OP11. This has a when attacking ability. All of your opponent's characters with a power of 2,000 or less cannot activate blocker for the rest of the turn. Really good. You don't have to swing like a big swing. You can swing 2k into your opponent's leader, and his when attacking will trigger, so then your opponent can't activate any blockers on that turn, or at least any low power blockers. Your 1 costs, things like that. So really cool to have that shut down some stuff. Next, you have Doll from OP11. She is a blocker and has the on play of you may trash 1 card from your hand. If your leader has the Navy type, give up to 1 of your opponent's characters minus 6,000 power during this turn. Super strong, really cool, especially when you have some of these bigger bodies on board. And you can just swing into a character and get it cleared off board, basically guaranteed. Next, you have OP11's Habari. On play, give up to 1 of your opponent's characters minus 2k power during this turn. And when attacking, this character gains plus 1,000 power during this turn. Then, if your leader has the Navy type, up to 1 of your leaders may attack active characters during this turn. So, really cool character here. You can play it out, drop something by 2k power, swing into it for a 7, and then your leader can attack active stuff. Super, super cool here. Next, we have Aramaki from OP11. Activate main, you may trash this character. If your leader has the Navy type, choose up to 1 of your characters with the Navy type. That character can attack active characters during this turn. Then you'll trash 2 cards on the top of your deck. Really cool early game play here if your opponent's got some stuff that they haven't swung that you're wanting to get off board, so you can use this to make your leader be able to swing into them. Really, really powerful card there. Plus, it's a strong 2k counter. Next, you have OP11 Ripper. This one is a temporary blocker, essentially. If you have another black Navy card other than Ripper on the field, this character gains blocker. So really cool. Definitely should be the first blocker you're utilizing if it's on board, because it is temporary, right? If your opponent gets rid of 1 of your black characters or your black Navy characters, then you're losing that blocker ability. So you want to use this one up first before you start digging into like your Doll or the Sengoku later on. So that's really, really good there. And next we have Sengoku from Starter Deck 19. On play, you may trash 2 black Navy type cards from your hand. If your leader has the Navy type, you draw 3 cards. So you'll go up a card. It's actually a net neutral because you'll play the card, trash 2 more black, and then you'll draw 3 cards. Really solid to be able to get your leader ability off pretty early in game if you need it, or if you just don't have stuff in hand that you want to see, or if you want to give yourself some targets for Sengoku later. Next, we have brand new from OP03. On play, look at 3 cards from the top of your deck, reveal up to 1 Navy type card other than brand new and add it to your hand, and trash the remaining. This is another really good early game play, just like Kujaku. It's a great searcher, pull stuff into your hand, and also it throws things in the trash to kind of turn on that leader ability. Next, we have Tashigi from starter deck 6. You may rest this character, give up to one of your opponent's characters -2 to their cost during this turn. This is really mostly in for the 2K counter, but you could utilize it if you run a build that does some more cost manipulation. This build in particular doesn't really do a lot of cost manipulation type stuff, but a good one to think about taking in if you are going to be doing that. Next, we have Borsellino from OP02. On opponent's turn, this character gains 1000 power and cannot be KO'd by effects, and is a blocker. So on your opponent's turn, this is a 6k blocker that can't be KO'd by effects. Super good card. I love this blocker. You know, it takes a lot for your opponent to be able to swing into it sometimes. So, you know, fantastic one to get on board. Next, we have Kuzan from OP11. On play, you'll trash the top 3 cards of your deck. And then when attacking, up to one of your leaders or characters with the Navy type can attack active characters during this turn. So another really good one to get on board early to be able to swing into some active characters. This can be turned on every single turn, unlike the Aramaki. This one, as long as the Kuzan's on board and is swinging, you are always going to be able to attack some active characters. Next, we have Hina from starter deck 19. Dawn ×1 on opponent's turn. This character has +4 cost. Could be super good if you've got an opponent that's doing some cost removal style, removal type stuff. But mostly in here for the activate main, you may place 1 card from your trash on the bottom of your deck, give your leader or up to 1 of your characters up to 1 Rested Dawn. Super good main effect there to be able to kind of utilize some of that Dawn that gets used up otherwise. Next, we have Helmeppo from OP11. On play, you may trash 1 card from your hand. You'll draw 1 card and play up to 1 sword type character with a cost of 8 or less from your trash other than Helmeppo. Then, at the end of this turn, you'll place 1 character played out by this effect to the bottom of your deck. Super good to be able to like pull the Koby out of trash, or you can play like a Kuzan if you needed to be able to get like to swing at an active character. There's a lot of targets for this Helmeppo. Most likely you're going to be targeting the Koby, the secret rare Koby. But there's other things you can do with this Helmeppo. Next, we have Sengoku from EBO2. It is a blocker, and on play, you can play up to 1 black Navy type character card with the cost of 4 or less from your trash rested. Some really good targets for this are going to include your Kuzan and your Hina. Obviously you can target the Sengoku Searcher or the brand new Searchers. You can put Borsellino on board, and then you've got a 6k blocker. It is in the rested state, but I've found that just having that on board really encourages your opponents to swing at that more than they want to swing at life. They want to try to get those blockers out of there before they become an even bigger hassle. Next, we have Koby from OP11, the secret rare card. On play, you'll give up to 1 of your characters the ability to attack your opponent's active characters. And then when attacking, you may return 2 cards from your trash to the bottom of your deck in any order. You give your leader or up to 1 of your characters plus 1k power until the end of your opponent's next turn. So this is a really good card to have out. And when you have him attacking, you're able to make your leader a 6k until the next turn. Super good there. Obviously, if you're concerned about some of your blockers, you can give the plus 1k to them as well. But mostly you should be targeting to give your leader that extra 1k. And then lastly, we have Honesty Impact from OP11. It is a 6 cost event. Main, you'll give up to 1 of your opponent's characters -4,000 power during the turn. then KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 6,000 power or less. Very important thing to note here, this brings a lot of those top end characters into range, you know, for some KO with that minus 4K, you know, brings like the Ace from OP07 that a lot of yellows run. It'll bring Yamato from OP03 into range. It'll bring Dragon into range. Or you can play this, give something minus 4K, and then KO something else as long as it's 6,000 power or less. It doesn't have to be the same character. So really good ability here, plus the trigger of KOing one of your opponent's characters with 6,000 power or less. So really cool to see that one in life. It could save you the game in that situation. That's it for the deck list. One of the cards you guys are want to be on the lookout for upcoming, there is a promo Koby. I believe it has been confirmed to be printed in PRBO2 coming up this fall. It is going to be a Koby character that will give your leader plus 2k power until end of turn. So similar to like the Peanut Butter Luffy deck lists that have the Barrel Luffy that gives plus 2k, and like the Shanks and things like that. There are Koby is getting a little bit of that support as well, which I think is fantastic. So I'll keep you guys updated with any changes I make in this. But for now, this is my Koby deck list. So feel free to build it yourself, play around with it, and see if you can find something that works better for you, or if you think there's some better cards to be teched in. I'd love to hear about them down in the comments. With that being said, though, remember to like the video, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one. See ya.